Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online, this SLOTRO edition. This is Gnarlrynae here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlrynae. Good girl. When last we left off, we were running around visiting all the housing brokers. We had visited the one down there in Falathlorn and gotten the elven messages, and thought that perhaps we would visit the other three as well and see what their various text are whenever you click on them, what they have to say about housing.
Greetings, traveler!
So let's take a look at this one. It is good that you have come by, Gnarlrynae. We have just recently completed some of the new homes that we will be offering to the prosperous and industrious folk of Thorin's Hall here in our community. What with the men, elves, and dwarves, all clamoring for our ore, business is brisk indeed, and it has brought many a fine miner and forge crafter to our doors of late. You too, it seems. Well, waste no time, I say. Go ahead in and take a look around. You will find whatever it is you are looking for. The craftsmanship of our builders is second to none other than in the hall, and your money will be spent well indeed if you buy a home from us. All right, fantastic. So that's that one. Speak with one of the housing brokers, ends it, so we're not going to actually complete it with either one of them yet. We are going to head over to the Hobbit one now, which I think I can do right here. Yes, the Shire Homesteads. That's the one that Gnarlo owns, so we will travel to that one right quick. Once we get there, we'll travel out of the housing development and talk to the broker on the outside. So I will see you then. And here we have Andy Brockhouse. Right up there is the housing developments. Here we have Andy Brockhouse, who wants to tell us about the Shire housing developments.
Good day.
Hello there, Gnarlrynae. Have you come to take a look at the fine holes of our community? Not in living memory has the Shire seen such a time of growth and vitality as this. It is a time of industry and wealth for the taking, if you know how. Why, you would think we had all become dwarves or something. So for all those with the ambition and means, a house of your own is not out of reach anymore. You can go ahead and take a look for yourself if you like. I am quite sure something will catch your eye. Indeed, I'm sure something shall. All right, from here we are going to head to Bree. Look at the housing developments of men that are just past Bree, just over south of the Midgewater Marshes. So we will check that out, and that will also get us in the area when we need to talk to Constable Underhill. We won't be very far away from there either. See, there is a method to my madness. I know what I'm doing. We shall see you in just a few. And here we have traveled to Breland, and we are standing outside of the Breland housing broker. Being quiet there for a moment so y'all can hear all the bugs, all the knickerbreakers and everything else, because there are the Midgewater Marshes right there. Don't know why they decided to come so far out into such an inhospitable land to put the housing developments, but there you go. Let's talk to Nan Henwood, who I think was the very first housing broker I ever spoke to.
How can I be of service?
Welcome to the gates of the Bree community, Gnarlrynae. We have built this neighborhood to accommodate the migration of people from the south, but there's room for more. Perhaps you would be interested. Don't let mere rumors of war and strife from afar dissuade you. With your patronage, our community stands poised to become the most prosperous neighborhood in all the north. And we will actually finish it up now. How about that? What is this? Filter this quest on this character. Filter this quest on all characters. I'd never noticed that before. We will finish up now and finish up the Homesteads of Eriador. There. Yet another one off of our chart. Okay. So now we have got Book 1, Chapter 2. To a Constable's Aid. So we've got to go to Combs Center. We have been given a message from Strider himself. I am curious to know who the dwarf you encountered at the Blackwolds camp was. Dwarves are by nature honorable and cannot be dominated by the will of any. Why this one would serve the enemy I cannot say. Worse yet is the appearance of the Nazgul. I must go watch the east road, for I'm expecting some travelers and now fear they may be in danger. Would you travel to Combe and speak to a constable there named Underhill? You may know him already. Stout little fellow who loiters about town center. You may suggest to Underhill that he investigate the Blackwolds' old hideout. When that is done, return here with your report. If perchance I am not here, assume the worst. All right, so we are headed to Combe. And we will see y'all. You can get a ride here, but there's no stable giving a ride back. Sigh. Alrighty, we're going to run all the way back over to Bree and then over to Combe as well. So we will see y'all when we arrive there. We have grabbed a stable ride and we are headed out of the town of Bree, headed down to Combe. I was looking back, going through my old tapes and refreshing my memory of where we were last here. And it has been 3 months. The last time that we were actually on the quest over here was back in July. So it's been August, September, October, 3 months since we were doing this quest, the actual epic line. We've had several since then where we participated in a couple of festivals and Pirate Day, and then we went around and looked at all the housing developments, and we did the level 15 Lore Master quest and a few other things, and then we had a couple of days where all we did were deeds and finished up all the deeds in the Ered Luin. So you're welcome. I'm wanting to make this particular, when I say SLOTRO, I'm wanting it to live up to its name, so you're welcome. I'm doing my best for you. Alright, we've been down here in Combe before. So that's why we took the ride. That's why we had the stable master there already picked up. We had gone down here. In fact, that was the last time that we were actually on the quest lines when we came down here to see Constable Underhill. So this is where we are going to come now. We are going to speak to him. And remember, as I said back then on the thing, it was a good 6 or 7 episodes ago. For some reason, I mean, this part really doesn't make a whole lot of sense until you get past these next couple of missions, because if you've never played The Hobbit and the Man Line, and I'm sure everybody has, but when you go over there and talk to Strider, he talks about Amdir, and you have that battle where you fight the Nazgul or the Kargul and all in the Blackwolds camp on the other side of Bree, and you have no idea. If you're an elf or dwarf, you have no idea who this Amdir guy is. Doesn't make any sense to you whatsoever. And then he talks about the dwarf. He talks about the dwarf that you saw with the Nazgul in the Blackwold camp, which is that cave up here on the river. And you have no idea what he's talking about there either, because you haven't experienced any of this. So, yeah, this in particular was the little part right here where you go Epic 1, Book 1, Chapter 1 and 2, and maybe 3. Could have been planned a little better. I mean, I love the story. The whole book, the whole volume 1 is a wonderful story. The whole sad tale of Narmaleth and all that. But these first few chapters could have been planned a little better, so that if you were coming from the dwarf or the elf lands, that things actually made a little bit of sense. Because this first part just doesn't flow very well. Anyhow, we know what's going on because we played Gnarlo before. So let us go ahead and talk to Constable Underhill here.
How do you do?
Ah, hello there. Is there something I can help you with? The Blackwolds have been broken and scattered, you say. This is good news for Combe. So this Ranger Strider thinks that we should investigate Skunkwood's old hideout. Well, now, I'm not so sure about that. It's not a safe place, I hear.
Can I take a moment of your time?
Quest level 15. Yep, we haven't turned our experience back on. We're waiting until we get into the first, level 16s, and then we'll turn it back on again. Remember, we're trying to do all of this. Not only are we trying to complete everything in each zone that we come across, we're trying to do it at level as well, and without all that Matham stuff. Blackwolds Broken, Chapter 3. Well, I suppose you're right. I should make sure those Blackwolds aren't hiding in that cave of theirs again, mustering their strength. But I'll want some help. Will you travel with me to Skunkwold's old hideout? It's south of the guardhouse at the northeast end of Staddle Pond near Staddle Falls. If they are gathering there, I'll need help driving them out again. When you're ready, come back and we'll go together to the old hideout. Sure, let's do that. I'm ready.
A lovely day, isn't it?
All right, I'm ready to go. Are you?
Umdir's defeat shattered the back of the Blackwolds, but pieces of the mystery remain unsolved.
Let's bring up Bobo. And then we will talk to the constable and get this started.
Goodness.
Goodness, this place is quiet as a tomb. I wish we could just say all was peaceful and leave, but I suppose we need to do a better job of it than that. All right, no use putting off what must be done. Come along, and make sure you have your blade at the ready, in case we run into any trouble. Careful now, friend. All manner of things could be living here now. Sneaker breakers. And we got a new D, Knickerbreaker Slayer. There we go. Hold a moment, I have the key right here. More Knickerbreakers. Apparently feeding on the old Blackwolds here. We're trying to get in as many hits as we can with our staff. Keep working on that. Keep working on the staff skill, the D that we have to get done. I hope that was the last of them. Let's see, Alt F10. Yes, our light will work in here. So why are you just standing there? Let's press on. Guess we'll just hit them with a stick, beat them with the embers, and by then our bear is going to be knocking them out. But as I said, it'll give us a few stick hits. In fact, I may not even hit the embers. I may just beat them a time or two. That one's gone. All right. Coming here might not have been such a good idea. Just looking at the little chat scrolling by down there. Someone going, you know, if you're protesting something, you're about 3 years too late. Let's see if we can get all of these on me. And get all of their attentions. There we go. I hope that was the last of them. They don't stand up long when Bobo gets going. Ooh, look at there. Dour Hand Sentry and a Blackwold leader. The White Hand. Oops, where'd it go? Skorgrim says you have one chance to beg my forgiveness. The White Hand will not have you, Blackwold. Let's wait a moment and see what happens. Oh, so Skorgrim is there too. This is your last chance. Swear fealty to Angmar once more. Never, then die. Ah. My lord, intrude us. What? Deal with them. Easy enough. So we ran into Skorgrim once again. Let's blow a gust of wind to area effect the two of them. Get their attention on me and away from the good constable there. You have protected Constable Underhill. Check on that poor man. I'll follow that strange dwarf fellow. There's the Blackwold leader. That poor man. Why does everybody turn into that poor man as soon as you can be the heart? This place, that's the one thing about... y'all have heard me rant before about, for instance, Saruman. Remember Saruman, responsible for thousands and thousands of deaths. And yet whenever he's raggedy and all that, and the hobbits are wanting to kill him at the Shire, responsible for at least dozens of hobbit deaths as well. And whenever he's about to get killed, they're like, wait, stop. Frodo going, stop. He is of such a high nature that we do not dare bear our hand against. Like, what the hell? It's the same kind of thing as Star Wars. You got Star Wars where, Darth Vader's responsible for billions of deaths. But as soon as he saves his son, everything's forgotten. He's part of the Force again. And now this, go with this poor man. You mean the guy who's been allied with the evil demon living inside of that mummified dwarf? That poor man? Just because he's suddenly been turned on? Ugh. No. I don't believe in deathbed confessions. Deathbed salvation. So there you go.
Can't you leave me to my misery?
You couldn't have come a moment earlier, could you? Afore that dwarf struck me through, maybe? Oh well, suppose that's just the way of it. First it was that Eogan saying that if we pledged to Angmar, we'd be made rich. Well, when that all fell apart, a few of us decided we didn't want anything to do with Angmar anymore. We started talking to some new fellas, men who came up from the south. An ugly bunch they were, but at least they didn't seem likely to go running foul spirits as such on us. Seems though Angmar didn't like the prospect of us leaving them. That dwarf came along, and you see how that ended. Now suppose the Blackwolds are at their end. Oh, he's big a drama queen as the goblins are. Damn. Alright, speak to Constable Underhill. Where's Constable Underhill? Oh. Let me guess, the dwarf just disappeared in the dead ends. I've no idea how he escaped this place. We'll never follow him now.
Just a moment.
Well, it seems that strange dwarf escaped. How he got out of here is a mystery to me. And from what you said of that brigand's tale, that dwarf was the one we should have been worried about, not these Blackwolds. Well, I suppose the Blackwolds are truly broken now. But for some reason, I still don't feel safe. Well, there's not much more we can do here. You'd best take tidings back to your ranger friend in Bree. Okay. It's best that we leave this place.
The rangers which once guarded the borders of the Shire have been scattered or slain. Frodo has left the Shire, but great perils await him in Bree. I am too late. Someone must find him before the Nazgûl.
Have I brought that up as well before? I'm sure that I have. Let's see, Constable Underhill.
Oh, good day.
Good show indeed. You sure showed those Blackwolds rascals what for. Alright, which one are we gonna pick? The Resilient Trousers, perhaps. 112 armor, 5 will, 5... Oh, those are exactly the same, aren't they? Constable's Hammer, freshly worked armor. An uncommon piece of might-based medium armor. I don't even think I can wear medium armor, can I? No, I can't. Alright, which one is going to be the most... That's going to bind on acquire. Let us go ahead and get the Constable's Hammer. That way we'll
Can I
settle
take a
back
moment
in.
of your time?
Chapter 4, Dark Designs. Good day to you. What are you still doing about here? Those Blackwolds are gone, and likely for good. That strange dwarf might still be around, but I'll wager he went on to somewhere a bit more interesting. You should take that news on to your friend Strider in Breetown. If he sent you out here, he likely wants to know what we found. He'll probably be at the Prancing Pony. Those rangers surely like their beer, and that pony has the best. Thank you for your help, but there's no use worrying about brigands around here anymore. Well, that was quick. That was a very fast transition. All right. Well, I guess we go and we talk to Strider now to finish this one up. I was going to have a rant about something else, and that has totally made it drop from my mind there. All right, let's head on back, find where Strider's place is, just before the stairs. That should be his, I think. The enemy is on the move. All should be prepared for dark days ahead.
We must move quickly.
You have returned just in time. Much has happened since you left, but I have little time to relate it. The tidings you have brought me will be of great use to my men here in Breland, but there is a more immediate threat that we must deal with now. While you were away, those same Nazgul you saw with Amdur attacked the pony. They were in search of the travelers I've been awaiting, 4 hobbits of the Shire. I cannot tell you why they had such interest in my companions, but I can tell you that I will have need of your help again.
I need your aid.
Book 1, Chapter 5, The Other Riders. While both you and I have seen 5 Nazgul, their true number is 9. Before I can take my charges beyond Bree, I must know where the other 4 are hiding. Will you travel to the west and speak to Lenglin? I sent him to Buckland to watch over a particular hobbit, but it seems that Mr. Underhill and his friends decided to take a different path and are now here under my protection. Still, Lenglin may know the whereabouts of the remaining Nazgul. He camps on a rise just north of the Buckland Gate and may have seen something that will aid me. You must hurry. I cannot afford to delay here overly long. All right, that is where we're going to go off. Where we will leave this. And yes, now I remember what it was. It was the whole thing with... Why is my names turned off? There we go. It was the whole situation with why everyone assumes that the Nazgul... I'm sure I've ranted about this before, but why does everyone assume the Nazgul attacked the pony? That just... It doesn't make any sense. Does not make any sense whatsoever. Being that, number one... I mean, nobody noticed anything weird during the night. If you read the book, no one noticed anything weird. Surely people will have gotten a sense of dread and evil and foreboding if there were Nazgul inside the Prancing Pony. And number two, he's talked before about how the Nazgul don't really see, but they more sense things. They sense the living and all. I don't think it doesn't, if it is, it's a big paradox in the books, a big... problem in the books of why is it that they couldn't sense that they were stabbing pillows and not bodies. So, yeah. Now, the pony was obviously attacked, but it was obviously men who snuck in, some burglars and thieves and ruffians who snuck in through the windows and all and attacked the pony under the direction of the Nazgul. It wasn't the Nazgul who broke in. Anyway, that's always been a pet peeve of mine. I'm sure I've ranted about it before. Anyway, there we go. So that was, we are doing Chapter 5. We are going to head all the way back over there to Buckland. And we will see y'all when we arrive there. So in the meantime, I am going to be thinking about whether I am going to, which one of the Fall Festival stuff I'm going to continue, or whether I'm just going to go and do the Haunted Burrow some more. So we will see you next time. Thanks for coming along, and hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.